Alright, this video is to talk about Scaling the God Delusion by Veritas48, and probably will not get a response to this since he's retired from YouTube or he's got some issues going on, so that's fine. This will be a quick video, but I just find it very ironic watching this video how the first part here he's talking about how Richard Dawkins changes, first of all goes after Albert Einstein and is attempting to show that Albert Einstein is an atheist, and that bright or smart people are therefore atheistic in general. And he claims in the video that Richard Dawkins changes Albert Einstein's position or his words, to kind of puts words in his mouth, that's what he's claiming he does, to show what was going on. And what Richard Dawkins actually does in the book is explain to people, because somebody who reads a book, just like Richard Dawkins himself, his own words have been taken, or just like many creationists and many theists do, is they quote mine. Okay, and so what he was doing in the book is showing, here is what was meant by what Albert Einstein was saying. He doesn't change his words or take it differently. But what's ironic about the whole thing is you do the exact same thing. You take someone who is extremely smart, Richard Dawkins, and then you take your video and say, well, here's why Richard Dawkins is doing this, and here's what he's saying, and you change it around. So you're doing the exact same thing. You're trying to come up with the reasoning behind what Richard Dawkins is saying, and your reasoning isn't even correct, because the reason why he talks about Albert Einstein is not to argue from, not to give an argument of authority. His purpose of doing that, he's authority himself. I mean, sure, he's not Albert Einstein, but Richard Dawkins is a pretty smart guy. I don't think he needs another smart person to justify his authority. But the point is, the reason why he does that is because many theists, he's taking care of that argument, will say, well, Albert Einstein was a great thinker and was also a theist, okay, or also a Christian or Jewish or whatever. So he's handling that in his beginning of his book, and it's a very normal thing to do. So obviously he's going to do that. He's not using it to justify his belief in atheism, and he's not doing it to say, look, you should be an atheist because Albert Einstein was an atheist, or all smart people are atheists. By the way, if you go and actually poll the scientific community, and as you go up, and this poll has been done, but as you go up in education, belief in God goes down. It's just the way it is. So, or in a personal God. And a lot of people do not know the difference between, even when I started doing these videos, I did not know the difference between a theist and a deist, okay, or a Christian, and most people do not know the difference between these things. Excuse me. So he's just laying that out in the beginning, and is not appealing to authority, as most religious people do when they bring in Albert Einstein in there, and he's just explaining that position, not changing it. He's just explaining it as said, just as you do when you're talking about Dawkins and putting words in his mouth. So pretty simple there.